James inside! Manhandled! What a pace we have here in the opening 5 minutes. James drives in hard, finishes, and one.
That's just excellent individual defense.
James turnaround jumper, nice soft touch. Steps back, fires, and hits LeBron James. Electrifying performance. James turns, shoots, and hits. And he knocks down another fall-away jumper. What a performance tonight for LeBron James. Again, just overpowering. He's 6 and 7 from the field here in the first. He's seen every defense imaginable. He will just pick you apart no matter what you throw at him. James to Crowder. Crowder, contested three is good. James goes back door, inside, count it, and one.
LeBron James with a great attack in the basket.
James drives off the glass, a little English. James backs in, turns toward the baseline, puts it in. LeBron James once again. James drives hard, lays it up, and it just overpowers you.
All right, y'all, here we go. Back at it. Another hot topic we're going to talk about is NBA. So, something very interesting going on at this time, and let's discuss it. It's interesting is to watch a guy that's been in the league for 15 years, still playing at the high caliber level of basketball he's playing.
Trash.
Wow. Okay, that's the first take on it. That is trash. Let's talk about LeBron James and what we see that he's doing right now at this juncture in his career.
Okay. Well, so have we seen another player do what he's been doing as of late in their career? That's the first question.
No, look. First of all,
that was a setup. You know the segue.
There's no disrespect to LeBron, but let's
but I'm about to disrespect LeBron.
Yeah, generally, when somebody says no disrespect, you're about to say something disrespectful, but it's not that. It's more along the lines of generally, we haven't seen this because dudes came into the NBA generally at the age of 21 after their junior year of college.
Said that before,
and stuff.
Right.
He came in at 18, so he's 33 years old, which is.
Hold on. Kevin Garnett, Kobe.
You're talking about like two dudes, really.
No,
and Kevin Garnett played 20 years.
But
he played at a high level when he was 30 plus.
Yeah,
he sure did.
I'm not listening. I'm just clearing up what was said. You said you rarely see dudes at this level.
You named two dudes. Go ahead, keep going.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying. You named two dudes.
So you think
it ain't me.
Is a rarity? Like
no, it is a rarity. I'm not knocking what he's doing. It's amazing what he's doing.
Knock it, man.
There's definitely some factors involved to me. He's a genetic freak of nature. I think things have changed in the NBA in terms of nutrition, the way dudes take care of their body.
you are, but there's a huge elephant in the room.
What's the huge elephant in the room?
Listen, I'm not saying LeBron is not killing it. LeBron is still the best player.
Get it out, come on.
15 years in.
15 years
in, he's still the best player in the game.
Does this quantify him being the best ever?
The best ever? No. Not to me.
Okay, I'm just
come
asking.
on, Leaf. Come on, man. Let's get something out of you.
15 years, man.
Yo, he balling. To me, he's actually playing smarter than I ever seen him play before. He's making things. What happened?
Smarter, not harder.
No, he's playing smart. No, he's really playing smarter.
Without Kyrie.
Without
Kyrie.
How
is smarter a soft word?
I mean, yo, listen, man.
What are you talking about right here?
Here we go. He got you, bro. He got you. You fell for it. But definitely. Nah, but yo, I mean, yo, he's balling. He's taking smart shots. I used to think his shot selection wasn't the best, but he's taking smart shots and he's doing the things he know he could do when he can do it. He is putting so much pressure on the defense. You're not going to force me to take a jump shot unless I want to take that jump shot. I'm going to the basket. I know none of y'all can stop me. You feel what I'm saying? And when y'all back up, then he's basically taking wide open shots. So, yo, I applaud the way he's playing. No, he's not better than Mike. We're not even going to do that. Next.
Okay, let me ask you a question. When you throw that out there, because let's talk about.
Because Avery said it.
I know, but I'm just going to bring it up because there's fans out there that probably want to hear this segment. why is it that no matter what this dude does, it seems to me that once you bring up Mike's name, it's like stop, because it's no way, no matter what he does, it's not going to.
Listen, we're talking about LeBron's 15 years. We could guess another topic, bro.
No. Listen,
That's what we're talking about.
Let's get into it.
We're talking about it. Why
Question
you
I asked you initially was, who at 15 years is playing at this level? And the answer was because he came out of high school and he's still relatively young. He's not like over the hill.
He's played a lot again. Like he's played more games than Mike.
Right, but all I will,
some mileage.
But it's also the way he takes care of his body, and I'm not knocking him for this or anything like that. Listen to what I'm saying. No.
They got them hyperbaric chambers.
They got a whole lot of things, and Mike didn't really get into lifting weights and all that until the Pistons was beating his ass for a long time.
That was only 6 years in.
What's the point? LeBron's been lifting since he nutrition, all this stuff plays a factor. I'm not knocking LeBron.
I read in the off season he spends $1.5 million
on his body,
on nutrition and stuff on his body.
And these players didn't do that with Mike.
Wait. So wait.
but that's what makes him great, because he's gonna do everything.
What about the matchup between him and Jordan? The fact of what he's doing now. Let's not get away from that, because y'all moving away from that. What about the fact of what he's doing 15 years in at this juncture of his career?
That's great.
Where do you put him at as far as
he's one of the greatest players ever to play? I put him on the basketball Mount Rushmore.
I put it like this: there's a basketball Mount Rushmore.
Just ain't better than Mike.
There's an upper room, and it's Mike and LeBron at this point, really. But in my personal opinion, I don't think he's better than Michael Jordan.
But he hasn't passed Michael.
No, he hasn't passed Michael to me.
Okay.
I seen a level of determination and skill when I saw Michael Jordan play that I don't think I'll ever see again in my life.
Look, my whole argument with Mike and LeBron has always been, and I think it goes back to what Mark was saying, as I feel like when you bring up Mike, it's like he's this untouchable entity to compare with. And LeBron, you gotta argue that you can compare him to that. Now, 15 years in, you can argue that he's playing just as or better than Mike at year 15. Is that not an argument? At 33, is he playing just as good or better than Mike? That's what I'm asking.
No, you say year 15. Year 15 is different than age 33. Because age 33 for Mike, I think, was year 12, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, something in that
Jordan played.
Okay.
If you want to go,
I'm just saying they're comparable. That's all.
But that's what I said. I just said the upper room is him. Is him and it's two people in that upper room.
At age 33, Mike averaged 36 and 4. At age 33.
36? 36 boards and 4 assists.
Yeah.
That's not
okay. I thought 36 points. That's what I thought. He was like, hold on, wait a minute. 36 points. So I'm going to ask this question. If he goes into next year and does this same thing or even better, it still doesn't put him ahead of Mike?
And Mike only played 37.
At this rate, LeBron needs chips.
Here's what that's part of it. But here's what I will say too: the things that made Jordan mythical is probably not considered as smart nowadays, because Jordan played 82 games most years in his career. You know,
give or take.
And give or take. LeBron, we kind of get on him for like, he takes games off and all that. We're coming to find out that that's a smart thing to do. Right. You can last until you're 50.
Kind of the norm now too.
Right, and what I'll give LeBron credit for is he's created a lot of trends and norms in this NBA that are started because of him.
He's ahead of the curve.
Yeah, people taking days off and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that to disparage him. I'm saying that's actually might be preserving your body to play longer into your 30s and stuff like that. And also, free agents being able to go where they want to go and all that stuff.
Averaging a triple-double.
He's not averaging a triple-double.
He's close to averaging a triple-double.
It's two different things. Do them all. Please hit him with the ball.
Okay. I correct it. He's close to averaging a triple-double.
No, he's really not.
Why not?
8.7 and 8.3 is not close. It's not close. If you think about it, if you're really doing the math, it's not close. But it is amazing. 28, 8 and 8 is amazing. I'm not knocking the dude. It is amazing.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask this question, because I want to steer it this way now that we've gotten here.
God damn it.
At this point, should rings play into quantifying a player's career when rings is a team sport? When rings is gone.
Oh, we already know how I feel about this.
Okay, I'm asking a question.
You can say no, but at this point, we can all argue. What else does LeBron have to prove, though?
No, I'm not talking about LeBron. That's what I said. It's not about LeBron. I said, do you use rings as a argument when it comes to quantifying a player's career?
I don't think
can you use rings when rings rings are a team game?
It's tough because we can argue all day that nobody's going to beat Golden State, right? We can argue that all day, and nobody beats Golden State. But you're going to tell me that Russell Westbrook is not one of the greatest point guards of all time, because of the fact he may never win a ring? You can't do that now. You can't.
Now that's your argument. Hold on, Banks. What's your argument?
Listen, I'm going to take it back to LeBron because this is what we're talking about, right? Mm-hmm. This is the argument I keep hearing about LeBron. You could put LeBron on any team and he's a playoff team. You have to get that team over the hump if you're that dude. If you want to be considered one of the greatest of all times, he said it himself. I'm chasing that ghost in Chicago. He put this on the table, not me. I'm chasing that ghost in Chicago. I'm chasing that 6. All the people that we consider great,
2004 KD went to Golden State.
All these people that we consider great, that's the number that they all chasing. Kobe was chasing that 6. All these guys is chasing this number. So you have to get rings to be in this conversation.
No, to me that's because the media made the ring the biggest thing to play for because they wanted something to speak about. They wanted something to speak. And I say this all the time. I say it to him. When Mike was losing to Detroit, he was still the best player on the court. And I could say this about LeBron. Before LeBron was winning those chips, he was still the best player on the court. They lost 4-1 to Golden State last year, and LeBron was the best player on the court.
Let me ask this question. Okay,
I disagree, but
hold on. Let me ask this question because this is the failed part of this argument about rings.
I'm sticking up for LeBron. Wow.
Let me throw this out there. If rings was so important and it quantifies careers, then why is it Bill Russell is not the best player ever?
Because it's the duality of the argument.
This about to be a second segment.
Because Bill Russell is not even considered one of the best centers.
Because you could argue that Will was better than him.
But he still got 11 though. We're talking about rings.
Y'all listen, he said it. Don't do that. You're right. He got 11. If you take it to the ring argument, if I'm sitting with 11 rings.
The ring argument is not singular. You can't just put.
But that's what you're doing.
What I'm saying is to be considered one of the greatest ever, you have to do.
So Bill Russell has 11 rings. Okay. And he's not considered the greatest ever.
He's not one of the best centers of all time.
He's not?
He's like 3rd on that list. We're talking about LeBron.
Russell?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm lost.
Wait. Even if he's 3rd on that list, that doesn't make him one of the best centers of all time?
He has 11 rings.
With 11 rings?
Okay.
So that's why I said the argument fails.
No. I'm gonna let him rock.
Yeah, this is about to be a second segment, y'all.
You can do the second segment all you want.
Go ahead.
When he won those 11 rings, how many teams were in the league?
That doesn't matter.
Don't tell me that.
Because that's where you run to. Because okay, here's why you can run. Because there's no other player on those 8 other teams or 12 teams that has 11 championships. So if it was that easy,
the best team of that era, it wasn't even close.
Shout out to Steph Curry.
Actually, he wasn't on the best team. But we're gonna come back. Segment number 2. We got to bring this one back. All right, here we are. We're back again, but we're talking about now quantifying a player's career based upon the ring argument. Let's go at the ring argument. Now, leaving off Banks, what I'm saying to you is this. Bill Russell has 11 rings.
Okay.
He's still not considered, with 11 rings, the top player in the NBA. Now, and I say this because you said that they was chasing that Kobe was chasing Mike. LeBron is chasing Mike. Mike was never chasing Bill Russell. Okay? But going by what is said with the ring argument, Bill Russell should have been the one everybody was chasing.
Right. I'm gonna break this down to you, right? First of all,
very well put.
Bill Russell is a center. So there's a difference in position right there. These guys that we're all talking about, Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, they're all guard forwards, and the interesting thing about and I said this to Leaf already.
The
number 6 is Mike created this thing that's just 6 is it's attainable or it's chaseable. 11 is not. Winning 11 rings means that from the year you get in the league, you pretty much got to be on your grind. You got to start year 1 and start winning chips. So nobody's really trying to get to that era, that 11 number. Also, Bill Russell played in an era where a lot of these dudes didn't get to see him play. There's not a lot of footage of Bill Russell and stuff like that, so they don't really know a lot about Bill Russell. A lot of these dudes grew up watching Michael. That's fine.
Mom did.
He knows
I
basement.
said most people. Yeah. A lot of these dudes grew up watching Jordan and stuff like that. So that number 6 is very significant because it's reachable. It's not that far off that you can't get there.
Right,
so that's what they want to look at.
Let me help. I'm gonna help him out a little bit.
Go ahead, because that's
it's just
there's holes in there.
It's just like how I brought up the whole finals thing. How that was the media play. Mike was the symbol that can be thrown out to everyone in TV. Like, you see Mike, you want to be like Mike, the Jordans, the Gatorade commercial. So now once Mike started to win and you seen the brand that Michael Jordan was, which Bill Russell wasn't a brand, right. Mike was. And that's why that 6 is more important than Bill Russell's 11.
And who was the brand before Michael Jordan?
The brand before Michael Jordan, I would say Jerry West. Isn't he like 1-7 in the finals?
Yo, and once again, see.
But I've always.
But hold on. To what Banks was saying, the guard position is more flashy. It's something you can push out. Like you want to play. It's like a quarterback. But they're gonna promote the quarterback more. The censor. But as much as I love censors. But
let me show you the false narrative about what Banks was saying. And this is because of time.
This ain't Leaf.
Because here's what it is. And I keep saying it to y'all, and I'm trying to teach y'all youngins something. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the GOAT. That's who Mike ultimately passed, because as much as Wilt did his thing, and much as Bill Russell did, Bill Russell should have been the actual stable.
Somebody giving you the side eye.
But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the man at the time in that era before Michael Jordan.
Going to time and
Okay, time and era.
I know where he was going.
In that time and era, no. Wilt Chamberlain always had the numbers.
I know where he was going.
Right. Always had the numbers.
I got Bill Russell's numbers right.
No, listen. I'm sitting here telling you right now. But what Leaf said is on point is this here. The media created Michael Jordan. And the narrative of 6 rings became media created. And without that being a part of it, 6 rings would have never been the actual.
Guess what? Mike was still the best player on the court.
No, he was. He was without a doubt. He was.
In the same way I could say now.
Was Bill Russell the best player on the court when he was playing Wilt?
No.
He had a bomb squad, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He had a bomb squad.
Who?
He had that Golden State squad.
I mean, I'm not
Russell.
Bill Russell.
So
8 teams in the league.
So did
He had a
Wilt.
squad.
So did Wilt. Oscar Robinson.
Wilt was averaging like a triple-double.
Of course he was.
30 rebounds. I'm sorry.
Wilt numbers was sick. And Wilt played, well, listen, the top 2 teams was Boston, Lakers, and there was one other team. I can't remember the other team. There's a third team. But those are the 3 top teams. When Kareem came into the league, who did Kareem dominate? Do you know?
He dominated Wilt, didn't he?
Wilt and Russell.
But Wilt was at his apex at the time.
No, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. Y'all need to look it up. Look it up. Yes, he was.
That's like
you talking about what Wilt? You talking about what Kareem was on?
You're saying
Wilt in his prime, Kareem came into the league.
Okay.
They went head to head about 5 years. Whereas
you got to think about the Milwaukee days, not just the Lakers days.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. I'm sitting here saying to you. So again, the ring argument always run back to Mike, because Mike set something up as a brand that's what everyone likes.
But that's where we at right now.
Without a doubt.
I don't bother ring.
Mike made the NBA.
No. He brought. Yes.
What I mean by that, you know that, because we had Magic, we had Larry.
Once Magic Bird left, right?
Mike took it to a whole nother level,
without a doubt. But let me ask you a question.
I've always given, real quick, Wilt his props, because I don't want to say Wilt is better than Mike, but Wilt changed rules of the game because of how dominant he was. The lane used to be 6 feet, and they had to widen it because Wilt could stand outside the lane and dunk the ball.
But
that
Well,
free,
Will actually used to finger roll the ball. You know why he finger rolled the ball?
because he couldn't dunk.
No, he said he didn't want to embarrass dudes.
Listen,
okay.
that free throw rule where you can't leave the line until the ball. That's because of Wilt Chamberlain, because he was such a bad free throw shooter. He was shooting at the backboard and just gonna get his rebound and then dunk.
He was more athletic.
And they couldn't stop him.
But now,
I'm serious. We're talking about somebody that changed the rules of the game.
Now, I am a Wilt fan. Let me just say that. But also, let me say this though.
What the heck?
I think.
No, I got to that.
I think.
What was that?
I think this. When you measure a player's career, if you take the rings off the table, then you have a measurement that's equal, because a team game that garners rings, because like I always say, Robert Horry sits around and his name never comes up. He's not one of the best players. No, of course not. But if you go to, but again, if you're going to use an argument,
I understand. If you're just using the ring, if you're just talking about the ring argument,
and that's another one.
But wait, that's completely different.
That's another one.
No, so okay, so if LeBron had no rings right now, is he even mentioned in the same breath as Jordan?
I will mention him.
He should be, because it shouldn't be about the rings.
Thank you.
No ring.
Because you're buying into the narrative.
Ain't nobody buying into the narrative. If you're one of the best players in the game, you elevate your team to that ultimate goal.
It is the narrative, because when we talk about Steph Curry, you always throw the 2 rings in it. That is part of the narrative. I say no rings, and you know I bring this up all the time, and if you're just looking at 2 players playing a position or playing the game, it's a totally different thing.
Well, can I say this? The reason why I kind of agree with you to some degree is this has been my whole thing with LeBron. I'm sorry. You put that dude on any team, he's going to make them damn near championship competitor.
Right.
Period.
Okay.
I understand what you're trying to say. Like, hey, you really can't.
I'm not leaving it to LeBron.
You can't just say, all right, it's about
He's taking it to his era.
Of course.
I'm just going to players in general.
LeBron, at the end of the day, he's won his rings. So it's hard to kind of go back to that point.
But I always look at players in general. I'm not stuck on LeBron. When I'm talking about players have been overlooked for their greatness based upon the fact they don't have rings.
Like
and no, because there's one guy that I always talk about is George Gervin. George Gervin is a dude that, to me, his numbers is incredible for what he did during his playing days.
I get it.
Yeah,
I give you another one. And I was just
top 10
money.
And I was just about to bring Barkley up.
I say it again because he don't have rings. He's not in the argument.
If you watch TNT and you watch Shaq and Charles go at it, when Shaq got nothing else to say, he just said, "You don't got no rings." Because when Charles is going at his game, his skill set, all Shaq could come back with is, "But I got rings."
But you know what the thing is? I always say, you always got that stopper somewhere in every generation. Mike, for the longest time, had Detroit. That was in his way, right? Mm-hmm. And then Mike became Barkley stopper.
Karl Malone. He became the same everyone.
That entire era.
Right.
So now when LeBron had his maneuvering with Miami, whose stopper was he? Oklahoma City.
Why did he leave Cleveland in the first place?
Pacers.
I like what he said about leaving Cleveland.
What I'm saying is he left Cleveland in the first place because
he wanted to go to college.
He wanted to get that ring because he knows your legacy is not complete with that.
Chasing the narrative again.
That's fine, but that's where we're at right now.
He said that.
Wait. Listen, hold on. Just like I'm saying to you.
Well, because
people have brought into the narrative.
Leave is the fact that they didn't give him help. Like, you trade J.J. Hickson for Amari Stoudemire in a heartbeat. That means you don't. If you're not making those moves, that means you don't want to win. It's the same thing with Chris Paul when he said
he was winning.
But hold on, no. I'm just making a point. Listen,
he was winning 60 games a year in Cleveland.
Yeah, but you're not winning the chip with the players.
So why? I mean, the chip is important to who? It was important to him to get a chip.
Of course, the chip. No one said the chip isn't important. No one said that.
Right,
but the chip does not make you better
than somebody.
Because you don't have a chip, it doesn't make you better.
But that's the argument that comes up. Yes, because listen what's said. You're chasing 6 rings. If you want to get above, no. Listen, if you want to surpass Mike, you got to get past 6 rings.
I'm telling you what LeBron said, not what I said.
But I'm just saying, but the national argument
what he has to do.
But the national argument
is the same way you bring up Steph 2 rings and I bring up Chris Paul.
And this is what I've been trying to say. The point is, I don't think that you can say that LeBron is either A, non-comparable or not as good or better than Mike because he only has 3 rings.
LeBron is comparable.
And mind you, I watched Mike from the day he
But I look
in
at
the league.
some things. I look at some things. But LeBron is comparable. There's a lot of rule changes. I mean, Mike will probably average 50 today.
The only thing that I'll say is I watched Mike when Mike walked into the league. I watched LeBron when he walked into the league.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, skills across the board, I'm going to say.
I throw this mic at you, boy.
I'm going to give it to LeBron because of all of the effect he has on the game. He has affected the game on the court more than Mike.
Mike didn't affect the game.
No, I didn't say he didn't. I never said didn't. I said more. There's a difference.
All I'm saying is comparable. It's not crazy to say that LeBron.
It's not.
I'm not anybody for saying LeBron is better. Yeah. My personal opinion, Mike is. That's all we're talking about.
Wait, what's in your cup, man? You ain't being yourself.
It's different. No, I'm just being honest. It's not like I'm saying. It's not like I'm up here saying we talking about Steph and Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Which someone tried to do a couple years ago. Not at the table.
Someone had Steph at the fourth best point guard in NBA.
When you talk about LeBron and Ben Simmons,
listen, on that note, thank you for tuning in. Once again, this is our take. Shout out to everybody, man. All our fans. Yes.
Nope.
Light-skinned brothers on the rise. We here.
This is made, dog. Snare and hard kick. This is it. The cocaine and the crack. They all sound the same to me.
There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. Take me out of here.
Tell them what we came from.
That's how I'm living.
That's how we do it. That's just the way it is. That's the reason why I came to you.
Drink and women and money.